everyone, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to share with you a slightly different kind of video and give you a bookshelf tour. I am starting with my fiction bookcase, and I will leave the non-fiction and graphic novels for another video. Also, I apologise for the gloomy lighting. This is about as best as it's going to get. I've been waiting all day for the sun to come out and it's just not, and if I wait any longer it's going to be dark. So, sorry about that. Also, I'm not going to do these bottom two shelves because most of these are either my boyfriend's books or books that have just sat there for years and are not really relevant to my reading taste. Okay, let's start. On to the first shelf. Anne Katerina by Tolstoy. Cancer Ward by Alexander... Ooh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. My Russian pronunciation is awful, which you will find out in my other shelves when I get to all my Russian literature. Okay, sorry about that. Stand on Zanzibar by John Brunner. Complete Chronicles of Conan by Robert E. Howard, and that's actually my boyfriend's book. The Necronomicon, the best weird tales of H.P. Lovecraft. And I'm not going to show you the covers of these books because there's actually no illustrations on the front. So starting with Journey of the Centre of the Earth, Mysterious Island, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and From the Earth to the Moon, all by Jules Verne. Beowulf, Sir Gawain and the Green Knights, The Saga of the Volsungs, The Elder Eda, Euripides, Medea and Other Plays, Metamorphoses by Ovid, The Aeneid by Virgil, The Odyssey by Homer, and finally The Iliad by Homer. Now on to the second shelf. The first few of these books actually belong to my boyfriend, but I will show them off anyway. Death of the Salesman by Arthur Miller, Girlfriend in a Coma, Hey Nostradamus, Generation X, and Shampoo Planet, all by Douglas Cleveland. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides, Walkabout by James Vance Marshall, The Castle, America, and the complete short stories all by Franz Kafka. Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer. By Light Alone by Adam Roberts, The End Specialist by Drew McGarry, and now moving on to my books. Prozac Nation by Elizabeth Wurtzel, The Moth Diaries by Rachel Klein, The Butcher Boy by Patrick McCabe, The Republic by Plato, The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, The Return of the King, all by J.R.R. Tolkien. A Midsummer's Night Dream by William Shakespeare, The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx and Frederick Engels, The Beast in the Jungle by Henry James, and Babylon Revisited by F. Scott Fitzgerald. On to the second bookcase. Top shelf. Letters from the Earth, Uncensored Writing by Mark Twain. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, The Master and the Margarita, A Country Doctor's Notebook, The Heart of a Dog, Diabolad, Black Snow, and The White Guard, all by Mikhail Bergdorf. The Chorus Girl and Other Stories, and Plays by Anton Chekhov. If on a Winter's Night a Traveller by Calvino. Inferno by Dante, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Honestly, this is a horrible edition. Don't buy Wordsworth Classics, they're just nasty. Notes from the Underground, Crime and Punishment, and Demons, all also by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The Great Gatsby, Beautiful and the Damned, There is a Night, all by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Yellow Wallpaper and Other Stories, and Her Land, all by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Faust, Parts 1 and 2 by Goethe. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. Fiesta, The Sun Also Rises, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and A Movable Feast, all by Ernest Hemingway. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. The Call of Cthulhu and Other Weird Tales by H.P. Lovecraft. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Second bookshelf down. Middlesex by Geoffrey Eugenides. Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. The Awakening by Kate Choplin. A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Three Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome. Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. A Road to Wigan Pier. Shooting an Elephant. Down and Out in Paris, all non-fiction by George Orwell. 1984, and Animal Farm, fiction by George Orwell. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. The Fall in the House of Usher and Other Stories by Edgar Allan Poe. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. The Age of Reason by Jean-Paul Sartre. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. The Grapes of Wrath, East of Eden, Travels with Charlie, and Of Mice and Men, all by John Steinbeck. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Tales of Terror by Robert Louis Stevenson. Dracula by Bram Stoker. One Day in the Life by Ivan Denisovich by Alexandra... I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce that last name. Perfume by Patrick Siskind. Confederate of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. Father and Sons by Ivan Turgenev. A Colour Purple by Alice Walker. The Plays of Oscar Wilde by Oscar Wilde. A Streetcar Named Desire and Other Plays. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, both by Tennessee Williams. Orlando. A Room of One's Own, Mrs. Dalloway, and finally To the Lighthouse, all by Virginia Woolf. Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. Candide and Other Stories by Voltaire. Dr. Zhivago by Boris Pasternak. And finally, The Bottom Shelf. Explorers, Sci-Fi Adventures to Far Horizons. Metropole by Frank McCarthy. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a trilogy in 5 parts, Douglas Adams. 5 great novels by Philip K. Dick, and this includes The Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, Martian Time Slip, To Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, Ubik, and A Scanner Darkly. Oh no, Attack of the Giant Cat! We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, the Volume 5 in Collected Stories. Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said. And The Man in the High Castle, all by Philip K. Dick. Valis, Time Out of Joint, and Now Wait for Last Year, again all by Philip K. Dick. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Mockingbird by Walter Tevis. Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Dying Inside by Robert Silverberg. Timescape by Gregory Benford. Blood Music by Greg Bear. We by Yevgeny Zamayatin. Plants of the Apes by Perry Boulay. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Slaughterhouse-Five, Armageddon in Retrospect. Cat's Cradle, and Galapagos, all by Kurt Vonnegut. Fahrenheit 451. The Illustrated Man. Something Wicked, This Way Comes, and We'll Always Have Paris by Ray Bradbury. The Boys from Brazil, A Kiss Before Dying, Rosemary's Baby, and The Stepford Wives, all by Ira Levin. Now going on to the books that are piled up next to the bookcase that didn't fit in. Arthur C. Clarke, A Childhood's End, 2001, A Space Odyssey, 2010, Odyssey 2, 2061, Odyssey 3, all by Arthur C. Clarke. Edith Wharton, The Age of Innocence. Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. World War Z, An Oral History of the Zombie War by Max Brooks. The Mammoth Book of Zombies. The Mammoth Book of Time Travel Science Fiction. And finally, The Mammoth Book of Apocalyptic Science Fiction. And that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed my bookshelf tour. If there's any books that you want to talk about that I've shown today, please comment. And if there's any books that you think I would like, please recommend me them. Okay, I'll be back soon with some wrap-up episodes and some reviews. So until then, bye!